Hi, today we're going to learn a little bit more about plant and animal cells while learning some new vocabulary. Here's our standard that we'll be working on. Determine the meaning of general, academic, and domain-specific words or phrases in a text relevant to a grade 4 topic or subject area. Okay, that's going to be our focus today. So let's look at the difference today between plant and animal cells. Animals, which includes humans, are made up of many different types of specialized cells, like our nerve cells, our skin cells, our blood cells, and all of these cells have a similar structure. Animal cells look like blobs, okay? Plant cells look more like a rectangle, a little more organized looking, all right? Each cell holds organelles. The word organelle starts out with the word organ, okay? So each organelle that's within a cell is like our organs. They all have a specialized job to do, okay? So let's learn about those jobs today. Here's the cell membrane. It encloses the cell and it acts like kind of like a screen to allow some materials to pass through and some that it blocks away, okay? Kind of like a screen window in your house. It allows the fresh air to come in, but it keeps the bugs out, okay? The cell membranes allow nutrients or the food that the cell needs to live and grow into the cell along with water, and it keeps all of the harmful things, all the harmful molecules out of the cell. Okay, there's the cell membrane. I've never mentioned this before, but I love biology because of the cool names, and it's all about how our bodies work, so it's really interesting. So cytoplasm. This is a gel-like fluid that's made of mostly water, and it takes up most of the space that's inside the cell. So everything here that's like a peachy color is the cytoplasm. The organelles, or those specialized structures that are within the cell, are in the cytoplasm, okay? The nucleus. The nucleus is an organelle, an organ with a special job, okay? It's kind of like the brain of the cell. It's home to all of the cell's chromosomes. And maybe you've heard of the word chromosome before. A chromosome is something that carries all of the genetic material and information that makes you, okay? So this nucleus, or the brain of the cell, carries all of the chromosomes, all of the stuff that says, this is you, this is me, all within that nucleus. So it's made of DNA. You can see those chromosomes here, okay, how they kind of cross. It's like a tall X, okay. Let's look at the vacuole. Animal cells have many of these small fluid-filled structures, and they store different substances that are needed for the cell. It's usually a temporary storage, but these are called vacuoles. Look at these two together, the mitochondria and the endoplasmic reticulum. That's amazing to say. Mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum. The mighty mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell because they use oxygen to transform all the food into energy for the cell. It helps the cell carry out all of its activities. The smooth, rough endoplasmic reticulum. So isn't that interesting? It's smooth and rough. Okay, if you see up close, it's got kind of some spikies on it. Okay, it serves as an internal delivery system for transporting materials that the cell needs. Okay, so these are kind of like transporting materials, and the mitochondria are those powerhouses that are transforming food into energy. Let's look at ribosomes. Included in all the materials within the endoplasmic reticulum is a ribosome. They're tiny little organelles and they make protein for the cell. So think of them as like little protein factories, okay? The ribosomes. Let's look at this one, the Golgi apparatus. That's like a mouthful, the Golgi apparatus. This helps package materials from the endoplasmic reticulum and it distributes them around the cell or outside of it. So it's a little bit like a post office where it packages things up and moves them around where they're needed. Okay. Here's another one, the cell wall. There are a few important differences between animal and plant cells. So over here, let's look again at our animal cell and our plant cell, okay? There are some differences, especially if you look up close with the animal cell and the plant cell, okay? Let's talk about a few of those differences. The structure of a plant cell is much more box-like. Remember, the human cell or the animal cell is more like a blob, okay? And if you look at plant cells under a microscope, you will see little bricks. So these are like the little bricks all stacked up on top of each other. One reason for the shape difference is because plant cells have something called a cell wall, okay? The cell wall in a plant cell provides extra support and structure for the cell that the plant cell needs. It's made mostly of a substance called cellulose, which is like a fiber that is a component of wood and paper. So we have the cell wall that's different in plant cells, and then plant cells also have chloroplasts, which animal cells do not have. They are organelles that help the plant make food for itself because plants don't eat like human and animals do. They need to be fed and make food on their own. So they contain a green pigment, so that's why we see that it's green. And this green pigment is called chlorophyll. It captures all the energy from the sunlight and it turns it into food. It's called something that maybe you've heard before, photosynthesis, okay? Chloroplasts and the chlorophyll that they contain are what give plants their green color. Cool. All right. So there you have it, kind of the beginning to understand plants and animal cells and a little introduction to some of the vocabulary. You may need to rewatch this video again just to be able to understand more clearly or to take some notes if you feel that you would like to write some of these names and definitions down. You can also pause the video to be able to see how to spell an item without having to feel like you're unable to see it fast enough and write it fast enough. So make sure you're taking the time to do that so you can really learn these words. It's really important to understand cell function in animals and plants because it's the basis of all living things. So super important. I'm going to have you work on a project in Google Classroom, and offline, describing and showing to me that you understand these new vocabulary words. So make sure you're taking a look at your assignment, okay? I hope you had a lot of fun learning about plant and animal cells.